She will never admit this, but the moment she understands you, she starts losing interest. Strange, isn't it? We're told our whole lives that being clear, consistent, and a good man is what makes someone stay. But what if that's exactly what makes you disappear? There's a reason you can walk past the same billboard every single day for years and never truly see it. Yet the smallest movement in the grass instantly captures your full attention. Your brain isn't built to appreciate what's familiar. It's built to filter it out. And that's where most men fail without ever realizing it. The moment you become predictable, you become invisible. Not because you lack value, but because you've been mentally solved, categorized, filed away as safe. And in the primitive mind, safe doesn't create desire. Safe creates comfort. The kind of comfort you feel around a sibling, a friend, someone you don't obsess over. So let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how the person who confuses you slightly, the one you can't fully figure out, is the one who stays on your mind the longest? That's not an accident, that's psychology. Today I'm going to show you the one psychological shift that changes everything. Not some surface-level trick like ignoring her, acting cold, or pretending to be someone you're not. Those are beginner tactics, and deep down you know they don't last. What I'm about to reveal goes much deeper. It's called shadow resonance. And once you understand it, you stop being just another man she understands and start becoming an experience she can't explain. The kind that lingers in her thoughts when she's alone. The kind that makes her question her own reactions when she's around you. The kind she feels but can't quite put into words. If you're ready to stop being processed like background noise and start becoming something her mind can't ignore, then close the door, remove distractions, and listen carefully. Here's the uncomfortable truth about attraction. And most men feel this in their gut, but they don't have the words for it. You've done everything right before, haven't you? You showed up. You were respectful. You listened. You validated her. You played the role you were told works. And somehow, she still pulled away. No drama, no clear reason, just a slow, quiet loss of interest that leaves you thinking, what did I miss? You didn't miss anything. You were just speaking to the wrong version of her, because we don't fall for people who treat us well. That's the lie. That's the comfortable story society sells you. So you stay predictable. In reality, we fall for people who touch the parts of us we're trying to hide. Carl Jung called this the persona and the shadow. But let's strip the academic language away for a second. The persona, that's the performance, the curated version, the one she shows the world so she can be accepted, respected, desired in a socially approved way. The shadow, that's everything she had to bury to become that version. And I'm not talking about something soft or poetic. I'm talking about the parts she would never say out loud, the impulses, the contradictions, the darker desires, the need for chaos when she pretends to be controlled, the craving to let go when she's built her whole identity on holding everything together. Now here's where it gets interesting. The more perfect she appears on the surface, the more pressure is building underneath. And most men walk straight into the trap. You meet her, she presents herself as disciplined, structured, emotionally in control. So what do? You reward that. You say things like, I like how focused you are, or you seem so put together. And in your mind, you're building connection. But in her mind, you're just like everyone else. Another man who only sees the mask. Another man who reinforces the role she's exhausted from playing. And she won't tell you this. She'll smile, she'll nod, she'll even say she appreciates it. But internally, nothing moves, no tension, no curiosity, no pull, because you're feeding the part of her she already lives in 24/7. Now here's where the shift happens. The man who understands this doesn't chase the persona. He looks straight past it, not in an obvious try-hard way, not like some cringe alpha performance. It's subtle, controlled, almost like an inside joke she doesn't fully understand yet. He speaks to what's underneath, He hints at the version of her she doesn't show. And when you do that right, something strange happens. You'll see it in her eyes first. A pause, a micro-expression, a slight shift in energy. Because now she feels seen. Not the version she shows everyone else. The version she hides. And that creates a very specific emotional reaction. It's not comfort. It's not logical attraction. It's that unsettling mix of excitement and exposure. Like, how does he see that? That's what creates obsession. Not giving her what she says she wants, but touching what she can't openly admit she needs. So how do you actually apply this without overthinking it? You stop taking her presentation at face value. You look for the inverse. If she comes across as sweet, innocent, perfectly composed, there's usually a part of her that wants to break that image. If she's dominant, independent, always in control, there's a side of her that's tired of carrying that weight. If she's loud, social, always surrounded by people, there's often a version of her that craves silence more than anything. And the move is not to call it out aggressively, it's to lightly, playfully expose it, almost like you're letting her know, without saying it directly. I see what you're not showing. And once she feels that, you're no longer just another interaction in her day. You become something her mind keeps coming back to. Because now, she's not reacting to what you say. She's reacting to what you reveal. Let's make this real for a second. Picture it. You're sitting across from her. Nice place, low lighting, she's composed, controlled, playing the good girl role perfectly, talking about her job, her routine, how she's not like other girls, how she stays out of drama. You've seen this before, and if you're honest, you've probably responded the same way most men do. You nod, you smile, you reward it. Yeah, I like that. You've got strong values. And just like that, you disappear. Not physically, you're still sitting there, but mentally, you've already been filed away. Safe, predictable, forgettable. She could replace you with any other man saying the exact same lines, and nothing would change. Now here's where you separate yourself. Same situation, same woman, same words coming out of her mouth. But this time, you don't play along. You lean back slightly, you take a second, you actually look at her, not the performance her, and with a calm, almost amused tone, you say, "You play that role really well, but I get the feeling you're actually the most trouble in this room." Now pause, because this is where most men get uncomfortable. This is where your conditioning kicks in, telling you, "Don't say that, that's risky, you might lose her." Good. That fear, that's exactly why it works. Watch her reaction. She'll laugh it off. Of course she will. She'll deny it. Maybe lightly push back. But look closer. Her eyes will give it away. There's always a split second where her guard drops. Because you didn't respond to what she showed you. You responded to what she tried to hide. And that hits differently. It's like you walked past the front door, ignored the polite conversation, and sat down in the most private part of her mind without asking permission. And here's the part nobody tells you. That moment, it feels like relief to her. Relief, because maintaining that good girl image all day is exhausting. With everyone else, she has to perform, stay consistent, stay acceptable. With you, for the first time, she feels like she can slip, like she doesn't have to hold it all together. And once your presence becomes associated with that feeling, you're no longer just a guy she's talking to. You become the place she escapes to. And people will chase that feeling harder than they chase love. Now listen carefully, because this is where most men ruin it. This isn't about being disrespectful. It's not about attacking her. It's controlled contradiction. What I call verbal dissonance. You say things that don't align with the image she's projecting, but you do it with precision. No aggression, no neediness, no over-explaining, just quiet certainty. She says she doesn't need anyone. She's independent, cold, untouchable. Most men either try to prove themselves or they back off. You do neither. You look at her like you've already figured something out. It must get tiring. She pauses. What? Carrying that whole "I don't feel anything" act. I don't buy it. Now you've done something dangerous. You didn't challenge her directly. You stepped around her defense. A woman like that is used to pushing men away, testing them, winning those little power games, but you didn't play. You spoke to the part of her that's underneath all of it, and now she doesn't know how to position herself. You've just become the one man she can't control with her usual script, and that's where attraction starts shifting. Or take the opposite. The chaotic girl, loud, always moving, always surrounded by noise. Most guys match that energy. They try to be just as wild, just as unpredictable. Big mistake. You don't feed chaos, you anchor it. You move like everything's random, but I can tell you're actually very precise when something matters to you. She'll look at you differently after that. Because again, you're not reacting to what's obvious. You're rewarding what's hidden. And that leads us to the second level. This is where it gets deeper. Because words alone aren't enough. It's how you respond in the moments she slips. And she will slip. The good girl will say something dark. The strong one will show a crack. The carefree one will have a moment of silence that feels heavy. Most men panic there. They correct it, judge it, or get awkward. You don't. You stay still, unbothered, unshaken, almost like you were expecting it. She makes a dark joke. Instead of reacting like everyone else, "Whoa, that's messed up," you just smile slightly. There you are. That line right there is power. Because what did you just do? You didn't reject that side of her. You recognized it. You welcomed it. And in that moment, something clicks in her mind. The world tells her, hide this, filter this, be acceptable. But you reward what's real, and that creates a psychological imprint. Now she associates you with freedom, with honesty, with not having to pretend. And here's the part that sounds extreme, but you've felt this before if you're being honest. She'll start saving parts of herself for you. She'll go through her day wearing the mask, with her boss, her friends, her family, playing the role, holding it together, feeling that quiet pressure build up. And then she thinks about you, because with you, she can drop it. With you, she can breathe. And once someone connects your presence to that kind of release, you're not competing with other men anymore. You've already stepped outside the game. At that point, you're not just a man in her life. You become the one place she feels real. Level 3 is where most men either step into real power or expose that they're still performing. Because now, it's no longer about what you say, it's about what you are when you say nothing. Let me show you what I mean. I remember sitting across from a woman who ran her entire world like a machine. High status, sharp mind, always in control. The kind of woman who's used to men adjusting themselves around her without even realizing it. You could feel it in the room. Every guy before me had tried one of two things. Either they challenged her aggressively, trying to put her in her place, like insecure amateurs, or they submitted, softened their tone, gave her the lead, tried to win approval. Both failed because both were reactions, and she was used to reactions. So when she tested me, cutting me off mid-sentence, steering the conversation, even physically leaning in like she was setting the pace, I did nothing, not passive, not weak, just still. I didn't lean in, I didn't adjust, I didn't rush to fill silence. I just sat there, grounded, like my presence had weight to it, and I watched her. Calm, unbothered, almost patient. You know what happened? For the first time that night, she slowed down, her tone softened without her noticing. Because underneath that dominant exterior, there's a part of her that's tired of leading, tired of holding control every second. And when she feels a man who doesn't need to take control from her, but also cannot be moved, something in her lets go, not consciously, but deep enough to matter. That's the signal you're sending without words. You don't have to lead here. And for a woman who lives in control, that's rare, that's addictive. Now flip it. Different woman, quiet, reserved, soft voice. The kind of girl most men treat like she might break if they say the wrong thing. You've seen this dynamic too. Men become overly careful, overly nice. They walk on eggshell, and what happens? Nothing. No spark, no tension, no memory. She feels safe, but not alive. So what do you do differently? You don't become soft with her, you become precise. Your eye contact holds a second longer than expected. You don't oversmile. Your movements are slow, intentional, controlled. There's a slight edge to you, not chaos, not danger in a reckless sense, but contained danger, like a blade that doesn't need to swing to be felt. And suddenly, she reacts, because now you're speaking to the part of her that wants to feel something stronger than comfort. The part she suppresses because she's always been the nice one. You're showing her, without saying it, I'm not here to play safe, but I'm in control. And that combination, that's where tension lives. Now listen carefully, because this is where a lot of guys get it completely wrong. They hear this and they think it's about being rude, dismissive, or lowering her value. That's weak. That's insecurity dressed up as strategy. There's nothing powerful about trying to make someone feel small so you can feel big. Shadow resonance isn't about breaking her down. It's about expanding what she feels allowed to be. When you tell the good girl there's something darker in her, you're not insulting her, you're giving her depth. You're saying you're not just this polished version, there's more to you and I see it. And she feels that. Because nobody says that to her. Everyone else rewards the surface. You're the only one acknowledging what's underneath. That's why generic compliments fail. You're beautiful. She's heard that 1,000 times. You're smart, expected. But when you say something like, there's something intense behind that calm look, you don't show it often, but it's there. That lands differently, because now you're not complimenting what's obvious. You're revealing what's hidden. One is forgettable, the other stays in her head when she's alone. Now, why does this hit so deeply? Because at a biological level, people are terrified of being rejected for who they really are. So they edit themselves, filter themselves, hide the parts that might get them excluded. Especially women. And when you come in, and instead of rejecting those parts, you recognize them, even subtly, you trigger something primal. It's not just attraction, it's relief mixed with tension. Because now she's thinking, if he sees this and he's still here, that's powerful. But here's the part most men never understand. Desire doesn't live in the polite version of someone. It lives in the raw version, the selfish version, the emotional, impulsive, slightly dangerous version. That's where the energy is. That's where the obsession comes from. If she feels like she has to behave around you, she will never truly desire you. She might like you. She might respect you. She might even choose you for stability. But she won't crave you. She won't feel that pull, that tension, that loss of control. And if you've experienced that before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So if you want to create real attraction, not surface-level interest, but something deeper, you have to become the man who can handle all sides of her. Not just the version she shows the world, but the version she hides from it. Because the moment she realizes she doesn't have to filter herself around you, that's the moment she stops seeing you as just another man and starts experiencing you like something else entirely. Now let's get practical, because this is where most men get excited and then do absolutely nothing with it. So here's your protocol. Not theory, not motivation, a cold, repeatable sequence you can use in the next 48 hours. And if you do it right, you'll feel the shift immediately. Step 1. The audit. Stop listening to what she says. Most men are hypnotized by words. They hang on every sentence like it means something. It doesn't. Words are the mask. What matters is the role. Every woman you meet is playing one. The victim, the one who's always been hurt. The savior, the one who fixes everyone. The cool girl. No drama, no pressure, easygoing. The boss. In control, sharp, untouchable. You've seen all of them. Now here's the part most men miss. The louder the role, the deeper the opposite. That's the shadow, and once you start seeing it, you can't unsee it. You'll sit there listening to her talk, and in the back of your mind you'll be thinking, that's not all you are? Step 2, the pierce. The pierce. This is where you separate yourself from every other man she's met. You wait. You don't rush it. You don't force it. You wait for the moment she reinforces the role. She says something like, I hate drama. I stay away from all that. That's your opening. Most men agree. Yeah, drama's toxic. And just like that, they blend in with the rest. You don't. You pause for a second. Let it breathe. Look at her, like you've just caught something small but important. Then calmly, I don't believe you. Now you've got her attention. Not because you were loud, but because you broke the pattern. And then you go deeper, but controlled. I think you do like drama, just not the cheap kind. You like tension with meaning. Now watch. This is the moment where the mask cracks slightly. She'll react. Of course she will. Maybe she laughs. Maybe she pushes back. But something in her is engaged now. Because you didn't accept the script. You challenged it without aggression. Step 3, the validation. This is where most men self-sabotage. They create tension and then they kill it. You don't. When she reacts, you don't back off. You reward what you just exposed. She says, no, I hate drama. You smile slightly. Yeah, boring people hate drama. People with depth need a bit of friction. Otherwise, everything feels flat. Now look at what you just did. You took something she framed as negative, and you turned it into identity. Not weakness, depth. You didn't lower her value, you expanded it. And now, in her mind, you're the only one who sees her that way. That's how you become the exception. Step 4, the withdrawal. This is where the game gets psychological, and most men fail here because they get greedy. They feel the shift, and they want more, so they push. They overtalk. They overstay in that tension, and they kill it. You don't. The moment you touch the shadow, you pull back. You go back to normal conversation like nothing happened. You talk about something simple, neutral. And now, she's the one left in that moment, thinking, what did he mean by that? What else did he see? Now you're in her head. Not because you tried to impress her, but because you left something unfinished. And the human mind hates unfinished business. She'll come back to it. She'll test you. She'll try to get more out of you. And that's when you know it's working. Now here's the part nobody tells you. And if you ignore this, everything falls apart. You cannot do this while hiding behind your own mask. She will feel it instantly. If you're sitting there trying to be the perfect, clean, good guy, this won't land. It will feel fake, manipulative, because you're asking her to reveal her shadow while you're hiding yours. That never works. You don't need to dump your weaknesses. That's not what this is. You show controlled imperfection. You let small pieces slip. A selfish thought, a dark sense of humor, a quiet confidence that you're not trying to be morally perfect. You're real, and more importantly, you're comfortable with that. I once said to a girl mid-conversation, I'm not as nice as I look. I just know when to be. She went quiet for a second, not uncomfortable, focused, because now she didn't know exactly where I stood. And that's the point. When she sees that you're not hiding from your own edges, she relaxes into hers. But if you sit there trying to be flawless, she tightens up. Her mask talks to your mask, and what you get is polite, empty interaction. No tension, no memory, nothing. But when you carry yourself like a man who understands his own capacity for chaos and chooses control, That's when something instinctive kicks in. She feels it, and she leans in. Now you might be thinking, what if I get it wrong? You won't, because you're not making statements. You're making observations. I get the feeling. Something tells me. That's your safety net. If you're wrong, she'll correct you. And in correcting you, she reveals more than she intended. You say, I get the feeling you're actually a bit of a rebel. She laughs. No, I hate breaking rules. I just want things to feel safe. There it is. That's the truth. Her shadow isn't rebellion. It's fear, fragility. Now you pivot. I can see that. You carry a lot more than you show, don't you? And just like that, you're back in. Deeper than before. This isn't about being psychic. It's about being precise with contradiction. Curious about what doesn't match. Now understand this. Once you start doing this, you're not competing with other men anymore. They're still playing surface-level games. Money, looks, status, approval. They're trying to become the best option. You're not an option. You're an experience. You're the one who sees. And that changes everything. Because a woman might leave a man with money. She might leave a man with looks. She will definitely leave a man who bores her. But she will struggle to walk away from the man who sees the version of her she can't show the world. Because walking away from you means going back to a life where she has to hide again. And most people would rather stay addicted to that feeling than go back to being invisible. This is the level most men never reach, because it forces you to let go of the one thing you've been clinging to your whole life: approval. Real attraction isn't built on what you have, not your money, not your physique, not your status. Those things get attention. They don't create obsession. Obsession is built on something far more dangerous. It's built on who you allow her to be around you. Let that sink in. Most men try to impress a woman by building a version of themselves they think she'll accept. They polish it, refine it, perform it. Look at me. Look what I've done. Look how valuable I am. And she nods. She smiles. She says the right things. But inside, nothing grips her, because she's seen that performance before, 100 times, from 100 different men. Now here's the shift. The man she can't forget doesn't show her a better version of himself. He shows her a version of herself she can't ignore. Not the polite version, not the filtered version, the real one, the one she hides. I see what you're not saying, and I'm not stepping back from it. That's power. You've been lied to your entire life. You were told to be agreeable, to be nice, to find common ground. That's how you make friends. That's how you become safe. But safe men get liked. They don't get desired. Desire doesn't come from harmony. It comes from friction, from tension, from that subtle clash where something in her feels exposed, awake, engaged. Think about it. You ever met someone who was too perfect, too polished, no rough edges, no unpredictability? You forget them, because there's nothing for your mind to grab onto, no resistance, no spark. But the one who slightly disrupts you, the one who says something that hits deeper than expected, that one stays. Not because they tried to impress you, but because they made you feel something you didn't expect. That's the game you're stepping into now. So stop trying to be the man she says she wants. That man is built for her mask. He's safe, predictable, replaceable. Be the man her shadow responds to. That's the one she doesn't talk about. That's the one she tries to suppress. And that's exactly why she can't ignore him. Next time you're in front of a woman, don't get lost in the surface. Don't get hypnotized by the smile, the tone, the words. Look for the glitch. There's always a moment where something doesn't fully match. A contradiction, a tension. That's your entry point. And when you find it, don't attack it. Don't overanalyze it. Just touch it, lightly, controlled, almost like you're testing if it's real. You seem too calm right now. I get the feeling there's something else going on underneath. Or you're always the one holding everything together. I wonder what happens when you stop. And then Silence. Let it sit. Watch her. Because that's when it happens. A shift. Small but undeniable. Her eyes hold a little longer. Her body language changes slightly. The energy in the space tightens. That's when you know. You're no longer just another conversation in her day. You've become something else. Something her mind is trying to understand. Something it can't fully process. You've become the anomaly. And the human mind does not forget anomalies. Now here's your challenge. And don't skip this part, because this is where you prove to yourself you actually understood what I just gave you. In the next 24 hours, you're going to test this. Not on some perfect date, anywhere, barista, co-worker, stranger. And no, you're not going to ask, how are you? You're not going to talk about the weather. You're going to observe, quietly, patiently, find the mask, then find the opposite, and make one simple observation. That's it. You look like you've got something on your mind today. You're a bit too composed. I don't buy it. You're always taking care of everyone else who takes care of you. Say it, and then step back. Watch, because what you're looking for isn't her words. It's the reaction she can't control. That split second where something real shows up. That's your confirmation. And once you see it happen in real time, you're going to have a moment, a very specific one, where you realize you've been playing this entire game on the surface, following rules that keep you invisible. And now you're seeing underneath it. Before you go, listen carefully. In the next video, I'm going to break down the one test she gives without even realizing she's giving it, that decides whether you become temporary or completely irreplaceable. And here's the part most men miss. That test only shows up after you trigger what we talked about today. After she feels seen, after the mask cracks, after the tension begins. So if you think you understand the game now, wait until you see how she tries to take control of it back. That's where most men lose everything without even noticing. That video drops tomorrow. Don't miss it. But for now, if you want to go deeper into this, if you want to see how this actually plays out in real situations, watch the video that's appearing on your screen right now. That's the next step. Click it. Stay in this state while it's fresh. Because the longer you stay here, the more this starts to become instinct. And if you made it this far, subscribe, turn on the bell, and leave a like. Most men will never understand the game, but you do. I'll see you among the few.